everyone. This is Meena teacher from Maths Misfit. Welcome to my channel, all of you. Hope you are doing fine today. So today we'll be solving a few more difficult sums compared to the last two videos. In the last two videos we had done very few basic examples of profit and loss. Now today we'll be doing the slightly more difficult ones. So get ready for today's video, and if you have not seen the first two videos, go through them and don't forget to press the like icon. So the problem is here. The first problem. A sells an article to B. So let's put it like this. A sells the article to B at a profit of 10%. Then B sells it to C at a profit of 15%. Then C sells it to D for a profit of 15%. Now get this very clear. A buys the article for rupees 4,000. So how much will D pay for it? Let's read the sum again. A sells the article to B at a 10% profit. B sells it to C at a 15% profit. C sells it to D at a 15% profit. So if A buys it for 4,000, how much does D pay for it? The traditional method and the longer method. If A sells it to B at 10%, you can calculate the 10% of 4,000 and get the answer, or you can directly find the SP of A, that means how much B pays for it. So if you would do it traditionally, B would pay, say our profit is 10%, so 110 upon 100 into 4,000. So now whatever you get your answer, that much will B pay for it. The same thing you would have done. B pays it for, say in this case now we get this as 0, 0, 11, 4s are 44. C would pay another 15%, so 115 upon 100 into 4400. Now get this clear, not 4,000, it is 4,400 because B is selling it to C. So you can calculate, get this answer, and then you can do the same thing from C to D. But in a competitive exam, to spend so much time for this sum, not required. So our easy method is just simply this. Now how much will D pay for it? So D pays whatever is the CP. Now CP of who? Of A into SP1. What is SP1? When A is selling it to B. Into SP2 into SP3. So let's see what this works out to be. The CP is 4,000. SP1, because it is at a profit of 10%, you can directly write it in the ratio. This would be 115 upon 100. This would be 115 upon 100. Now you can calculate this. See what you get. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This goes. And 4 ones are 425, 5 twos are 5 3, and 5 2 3. So finally you'd get 23 into 23 into 11. And see how much this works out to be. You can calculate and get your answer. Okay, this I think approximately would turn out to be about 6,072. Alright, now let's have a look at the sum again. Do we need to do this entire method? Not necessarily. There is no need for you to calculate what B pays or what C pays. Directly from A to D, just calculate how much D is going to pay. So take the CP. Now when we say the CP, it is the original CP what A has purchased it for. And then take each of the selling prices. So what you would get will be what finally D pays for it. In a competitive exam, do the shortcut method. The entire method not required. Now let's take a reverse case. In case you are given a sum that A sells it to B, B sells it to C, C sells it to D, and D buys it for that much. Whatever be the price, find how much A pays for it. So let's take a sum like this. Just go through this once again. I'm leaving it for you for some time. Go through it. A sells it to B, B sells it to C, C sells it to D. Now, in this sum, everything is a profit. Sometimes you may get a loss. So, if it is a loss, you take that selling price. In case, supposing this was a loss of 10%, so you take this as 9 upon 10. And then calculate whatever D pays for it. There is no need for you to find individually what B would get it for and what C would get it for. Is that clear? So let's take an example now with the reverse. So very simply I'll just write it like this. A sells it to B, B sells it to C, C sells it to D. I'm not writing the whole sum. We'll just take it that A sells it to B, B sells it to C, and C sells it to D. So let's take what each one sells it for. So B sells it for a 5% profit, A sells it for a 5% profit, then B sells it at a 10% loss. So here it's going to be a loss. And now C sells it to D, again at a 10% profit. Okay. Let's take the sum again. A sells it to B at a 5% profit, B sells it to C at a 10% loss. C sells it to D at another 10% profit. And now the thing is, we will be given at what price D purchases it for. So let's say that D purchases this for say rupees 4158 or some figure that will be given to you. You have to find how much A has paid for us. So we'll use the same formula that we had done earlier. The CP would be, the SP would be CP into SP1 into SP2 into SP3. Now you may be given 3, you may be given 2. It's not necessary always that you will be given A to B to C to D. Sometimes you may be just given A to B and B to C. Find how much C pays for it. Or if C has purchased it for this much, how much A has purchased it for. Now here we are given this. So this is 4158. We need to find the CP. This is CP for A. Into SP1 is a 5% profit. Into SP2. Now mind you, SP2 is a 10% loss. So this would be this. And SP3, again 10% profit. So straight away all these zeros go first. Now find the CP. So your CP would be here, 4158. Let us reduce this here. This would be 21. This would be 20. So into 20 into 10 into 10. All this will go here. So you've got 4158 into 20 into 10 into 10 upon 21. So calculate this. How much would this be? Is this divisible? 4 plus 1, 5 plus 5 plus 8. Now I'm showing you the divisibility rule. Is it divisible by 3? 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 5, 10 plus 8, 18. 18 is divisible by 3. 21 is divisible by 3. So first cancel it by 3. So 3 ones are, 3 threes are, 3 eights are, 3 6. Is this divisible by 7? Let's see. 7 ones are 7, carry 6, 7 nines are 63 and 7 eights are 56. So what you get is a 9 into 100. This is again into 9 into 11. So this is into 20 into 10 into 10 divided by 9 into 11. Where did this 9 and 11 come from? here. We first divided it by 21. So now you can calculate this. 9 2s are 80. 9 2s are 80. 2, and you'll see that your answer is 4,000. Alright? You understood what we have done? Similar sum as the first one. A sells it to B, B sells it to C, C sells it to D. In the first case, we were given the cost price at what A purchased it for. In the next case, here we are given what D pays for it, and we need to find what A has purchased it for. Again, there is a profit and a loss. Sometimes you may get a chain of 3, a 4, or 2, whatever. There is no need for you to find each and everything separately. Is this clear to you? Alright, we'll go on to the next sum. Okay, so we come to the next sum. Now read the sum very carefully. Ravi buys some articles for rupees 10,000. So we don't know how many articles he has bought. Some articles he has bought for 10,000 rupees. That's all. Now he sells 3/4 of them at 8% profit. At what price should he sell the remaining to make a 7% overall? Understand the sum first. He has gone and purchased maybe say some pens or something for 1,000 rupees. He may have purchased 100 or maybe whatever quantity. Out of that means supposing he has purchased 100, 3/4 of that 100 would become 75. So 75 of that he will sell at an 8% profit. Now he is left with remaining 25. So at what price should he sell the remaining 25 to make an overall profit of 7%? Now here we are not given the number of articles. So we don't know how many articles he has purchased. Okay? You need not know the number of articles. You need not know the cost of it. The shortcut method and the easier method. Don't bother about the price. So we'll come straight to this. 3/4. So you assume that he has purchased 4 articles. So out of the 4, 3 he will be selling at 8% profit. So 3 he will be selling at 8% profit. That means he has made a 24% here. Now remaining. So remaining we don't know. Remaining is just 1, but at what profit or loss we don't know. You have to find that at what price should he sell the remaining. But we know that overall he has made a profit of 7%. So what is the overall? 4 items, 4 articles. So 4 articles he has sold at a profit of 7%. So this is 28%. Now understand this. I have assumed that there are 4 articles. 3 of them he has sold at an 8% profit, so that is 24. All the 4 he has sold at 7. Why 7? Because you are given that overall. That means when he sells everything, he has made a profit of 7. Okay? Now come to this. This is my quantity here. What I have written here is the quantity, 3 and 4. So, how much of the quantity is left? The remaining would be 4 minus 3, that is 1. So, at what profit should he sell that 1 article? Take the difference here, 4%. So, what is my answer? 4%. What is he going to do? He is going to sell the remaining articles at a 4% profit. Got this? No need for you to know the quantity and no need for you to know the value. What you need to do is just take the fraction. Now sometimes you may be given the fraction. Like here I have given you 3/4. So you know that 3 of the articles are sold at 8% profit. What is the remaining? 1. How much is that to be sold for? Take the overall profit, that is 4%. So 4 he is going to sell at 7% and that is 28%. Take the difference. How many articles are left? Out of the 4 and the 3, what is left is 1, and the 1 he will be selling at 4% profit. Have you understood? This is the shortcut method. There is no need for you to know the value, no need for you to know the quantity. Okay? Let's go to another sum. So I put up 2 sums here, similar sums like the previous ones, with a very little bit of a difference here. So let's have a look at the first one. 3/5 of the goods are sold at 10%. So now again here, I don't need this value. That is why in the next sum I have not given any value. You'll see that I've just given you some fractions. So 3/5 are sold at 10% profit. So I'm just going to see 3 of the 5th are sold at 30%. How many are remaining now? Over here I have got 2 remaining. The 5 are sold to make an overall 12% profit. So 12 5s are 60. Get the difference here? 30. Now like the previous sums, in the previous 2 sums we always had only 1 remaining. But here we have 2 remaining. So just take the example, I have purchased 5 articles and overall I need to get a profit of 12%. So 5 into 12, that means 60 will be the value. 3 out of these 5 are sold at a 10% profit. So that value is going to be 30. How much is the difference here? Out of the 5 I have sold 3. So what is remaining is 2 articles. Now 2 articles will be sold at 30%. So each will be sold at how much? So each will be at 15% profit. Get this very, very clear. Subtract this, whatever is your remainder, and subtract these 2, whatever answer you get, just divide that by the number of the articles which are remaining. So let's do the same thing here. 4/5, so 4 into 8, that is going to be 32%. Now you have 7 articles. The 7 are going to be sold at 10% each. So that is 70. But how many are left here? What we are left with, from the 7 the 4 goes. So you are left with 3 here. So now these 3 articles, 70 minus 32, which is going to be 38. So remember, the remainder here and the subtraction remainder here. So each is going to be sold for 38 divided by 3, which is nothing but 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, and 2.3%. Have a look at both these. 2 sums, slightly different than the previous 2. In the previous 2 sums we had got 1 article remaining, or the remainder was just 1. In this case, the first sum, the number of articles remaining is 2. So whatever is the difference, you just divide that by 2. Here the difference was 3. So just divide this by 3. Is that clear? You need not know what is the value, how many articles purchased. That is not important at all. What is important is the fractions. Now, like we took in the first sum, you may not be given a fraction, but you may be given a percentage. Convert that percentage to a fraction and do the same method. Is this clear? Okay. We go on to the next sum. Alright. Now we have this sum here. The cost price of the articles is 10,000. Again, as I told you, this is not important. 66.66% of them are sold at 5% profit. Now you all know what we have done in the earlier videos. 66.66% is nothing but 2 upon 3. So 2 upon 3 of the articles are sold at 5% profit. So this would be 2 into 5, that is 10. At what price should the remaining be sold to get a overall profit of 6? We have got 3 articles here. So this would be 3 into 6, that is 18. How much is left here? Just 1. 3 minus 2, and this would be 18 minus 10. So 8% profit on the remaining 1. What was the difference here? The difference is that instead of any fraction given to you, you are given a percentage, and that also 66.66%. Like we did earlier in our previous videos, and if you have not seen it, see the videos and don't forget to press the like icon. 66.6 is nothing but 2/3. So immediately you know 2 of the 3 articles are sold at 5% profit, and the remaining overall profit is 6. So 3 articles are sold at 18. So each is sold at this. A slightly different sum now. Look at this. 2/3 of the articles are sold at 6% and the remaining at a loss of 3%. So now let us take this. So 2/3, that means 2 of the articles are sold at 6% profit, which is 12, and 1, the remaining 1 is sold at a loss of 3%. So the loss, I will write it as -3. Why -3? Because it's a loss. So this would be -3 here. Okay. Now what happens here? We are not given the cost, but we are given that he has made a profit. So let us see how much is the profit made, and what you are given here is overall, if he makes a profit of 540, at what cost did he purchase these articles? So let's have a look over here now. How much of the loss is made and how much of the profit is made? We have seen that he has made a profit of 6% on 2/3. That means 2 into 6. Negative again because it's a loss. So overall here I will get a 9%. But what about this? This is again 3 parts. Why 3? Because the entire thing is making a a profit of 9%. Okay. So when he's made a profit of 9% overall, let's see how much he is going to get when he sells all the articles and he makes a profit of 540 rupees. Okay. 3 articles are sold at a profit of 9. So each is going to be sold at a profit of 3%. How did we get this? Okay. So now profit and CP. If the profit is 3%, the CP is 100. You all know why we take 100, because it is a percentage. So if the CP is 540, how much is this? 540 into 100 divided by 3. This goes, and the total cost of the articles is rupees 18,000. So what we have done today is a mixture of these type of fractions. This is the last one which we did today, wherein it was slightly different compared to the previous ones. How is it different? You were given the profit. Now if there was a loss given and if overall there was a loss, you would have calculated the same way. So here there was a profit on 2/3. So 2 of the articles were sold at a 6% profit. The remaining one was sold at a loss of 3%. But overall, what we saw is he made a 9% profit by selling all the 3 articles. Okay, so for each he is going to make a profit of 3%. And then since we are given the profit, we calculate how much is the CP. Why we take this CP as 100? Because it is a 3% profit. Okay. So what we have done today is slightly higher compared to what we did in the previous 2 videos. and a little bit of changes here and there, sometimes fractions given, sometimes decimals given, sometimes like in this sum, the profit given. The logic and the method is the same. So sometimes you may be given certain fractions, anything, whatever is given, just use the logic behind it. Once you use the logic, analyze the sum, use the shortcut method, there is no need for you to calculate anything extra, which is not required. Okay? In my next video, I am going to take one step further, slightly more difficult sums and maybe 2-3 different varieties. Today what I took was more or less similar variety of sums. The reason for this is because we had profit, loss, fractions, decimals, everything. Cannot take all the problems together. So in the next video, 2-3 different types of sums will be there. So don't forget to see the next video. It will be uploaded very soon. Go through this, share it with your friends, and don't forget to press the like icon. Have a good day. See you again. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.